Funko isn't playing games with its profit outlook for this year. The toy maker issued guidance that was notably above analyst estimates despite various inflationary pressures. Joining us for more is Funko CEO Andrew Perlmutter. Andrew, nice to see you again here. Good quarter from Funko here, but I have to start with the outlook because that is what the stock is trading off here. By my estimates, 30 cents more than some of the analysts' estimates out there for this year. What gives you the confidence in hitting this outlook?
Well, thanks for having me on today. Coming off of a great 2021, the continued momentum in all of our initiatives across the board, from growing internationally to furthering our direct consumer business, growing the core business is one of the major pillars, and then continued product innovation that leads to revenue diversification. These are all elements that gives me the confidence with our current team to build for the future. And we're really excited about where this brand is heading.
Within that outlook, Andrew, are there certain new content releases that you see as very, very important to you hitting those numbers?
That's an interesting question. So as the company continues to evolve, we're still, very pop culture, whether it's video game releases or tentpole movie releases. Now we've really moved the focus or part of our focus to music and sports. These are all various elements that go into creating the special output that Funko has. And so while we're always excited about various new content coming out, whether it's the Mandalorian or the new Jurassic Park movie or Batman, these are all things that we love as a company and as a culture. That being said, that we're pretty well diversified across all of our properties, so there's not really any one specific one that's going to drive incrementality. Right now, we're looking at basically growing all elements of our business.
Andrew, it's Julie here. I want to ask you about input costs. I know you guys are planning to raise prices. I think some of that is already sort of in progress. And your collectibles are made with resins that I believe are made from petroleum, which, as we have all been watching on our screens, keeps going up and up and up. And so how are you guys sort of thinking about that and controlling for that?
Yeah, so we've got our eye on that as well. We did do a price increase in Q4 of last year, which will largely start to take effect in Q1 of this year. And we're keeping a close eye on that. We think we're well positioned for the near term to help control against whether it's the increase in petroleum or the continued freight headwinds that we have on shipping and logistics issues that we're running into. Everybody's running into. So we think we're pretty well positioned to account for some of those inflationary issues that are popping up.
And Andrew, you're very much an international business with a presence in Europe. I'm not too familiar if you ship products to Russia, but if you do, have you halted them? And how are you thinking about your European expansion in light of what we've been seeing between Russia and Ukraine?
Yeah, we have a keen interest in Europe. We do business in both Ukraine and in Russia. Currently, we have put a pause on the situation and shipping into Russia for the time being. That doesn't talk to the love that we have for our fans globally. We love our fans. That being said, we are ingesting what's happening, and we're going to keep a close eye on any regulatory issues that come down the pike that we need to really follow. But for right now, we've just taken a little bit of a pause.
Andrew, I believe you guys did oh, sorry, go ahead, Saz.
Go ahead, Julie, go ahead.
I was just going to ask about your restructuring that you guys did. I believe internally you sort of rejiggered things. For investors, what do they need to know about that and what it's going to do for execution for you guys?
That's a great question. We are organizing for the future growth that I talked about on yesterday's call. We are excited about the opportunities ahead, and we are building an organization to reflect the company that will drive us to those goals, those both 3 and 5 year goals that we talked about, specifically the 3 year goals. And so the work that we've done to help organize how we think about brands, whether it's the Pop brand or the Loungefly brand or some of our more emerging brands like Toys and Games and, the digital brand with Digital Pop NFTs. We are building out a organization to deliver against our expectations for those verticals as we move forward.
Andrew, have you, just given what Julie was mentioning on the all front, have you had to re-engineer how you make a Funko figurine?
No, we haven't. We're always looking at ways to innovate, within the product line for the Pop brand specifically. That's one of the key, things that we're focused on when we talk about maximizing the core business. Innovation is at the key of that. And so we are always looking at different ways to, whether it's, grow the Pop brand through innovative products that maybe look and feel a little bit different. But yeah, we're always focused on innovation, on how we continue to evolve the brand.
Hey, lastly, how many of these do you have in your house?
That's a great question. So, I actually have quite a few. I'm a collector, and so my wife asks me to keep most of it at the office because I'm a toy nerd. I've got a lot of action figures that aren't taken out of the package. Can't take them out of the package, and I also collect skateboard decks, and I collect Funko. So my collection is ever growing to the point where yeah, a lot of it has to be put into the office.
I appreciate your measured response. We'll leave it there. Funko CEO Andrew Perlmutter, good to see you again. Have a great weekend.